What's up everyone, TerraQuake here, and welcome on back to the Pokemon Platinum walkthrough. Last time we checked out some side areas with Waterfall, went through the Turn-Back Cave in order to get back to the Distortion World where we picked up the Grisius Orb, and overall we just did a bunch of little side quest types of things, but now it is time to get back to the main part of the post-game, and that means going to Post-Game Island where you've got like the fight area, battle zone, the resort area, all of that good stuff. So what you're going to need to do is get the National Dex from Professor Rowan by seeing all 210 Pokemon, which we already did a few videos ago. And once you do that, you can head over to the Sailor. He'll ask if you want to go to the battle zone. You're going to say yes. And Cynthia comes out of nowhere for whatever reason. Maybe she's jealous that, we already beat her and became the new champion, but yeah, she's just going on, I guess, still about Cyrus and, how crazy his idea was because the world's already happy. So she's just trying to motivate us to keep on exploring. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing if you would let me get to it, Cynthia. Anyways, let's set sail. And yeah, this will take you towards kind of the top right corner of Sinnoh. That is where the whole post-game island, as I like to call it, is located. And today I think we're just going to be checking out the fight area, which is where we just arrived. Now, Barry's here for a second, and yeah, he's now fining us $100 million because we were apparently late. If you remember, our mom said that like, oh, Barry's waiting for you. Anyways, he's going to immediately take us to kind of the main event here in the fight area, and you'll recognize these people. There's Flint and Volkner, and we're actually going to get into a double battle with them, which is super awesome, just like how we did at Spear Pillar. Now, just in case you're not healed up, you can actually hit no, but I'm healed up. I'm ready to freaking do this. However, I might have not led with the right Pokemon, but, they're going to have fire and electric types. Obviously, Flint was the fire type Elite Four member, and Volkner was the electric type gym leader. And they're going to use the same mons that were like on their team, or at least 3 of the mons that were on their team. So that's a cool little continuity. And they are pretty tough, high 50s in terms of their levels. And they've got really good movesets. I guess since this is kind of a, major battle in the game, considering it's against an Elite Four member and a gym leader, I can list off their Pokemon's moves, beginning with the Houndoom that knows Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb, Dark Pulse, and Sunny Day. And the Luxray knows Ice Fang, Thunder Fang, Crunch, and Fire Fang. And you went for close combat. I guess that's okay. Houndoom will go down. I went for Rock Slide, though, just in case he doesn't die. Alright, well, he did, but it'll still do good damage to Luxray at least. But yeah, this fight shouldn't be too hard. Luckily, your rival doesn't start out with something dumb again, like a Munchlax. And yeah, Staraptor is actually very useful, except he might honestly go down here. Yeah, I think he will. Barry's team is still lagging behind a little bit. I mean, look at that. Low 50s, dude. What are you doing? But yeah, this will be the only battle we're doing in today's video. It's probably going to be a short one. I just plan on checking out the fight area. That's really about it. And there's this big old Snorlax, by the way. And I know the past couple of videos haven't really featured too much battling action, but don't worry because tomorrow we're going to be heading into a route. Anyways, next up is Flint's Flareon that knows Overheat, Giga Impact, Quick Attack, and Will-O-Wisp. And will this kill me? Oh, that's so annoying. Dude, Probopass didn't even get a hit off. Are you serious? That is just... that is embarrassing, dude. I mean, I'm the one talking down on Barry, but he's the one putting in the work here. And I'm just doing nothing. Alright, who should we go out to? I guess, well, actually... No, see, the issue is, like, fire and electric, they kind of work very well. However, not if you have a ground type. That is very nice. We're just going to Earthquake everything for the rest of this fight. I probably would have put Hippowdon up front if I knew that you kind of got forced into this battle. Oh, thank goodness you didn't go for Will-O-Wisp on my Hippo over here. On my boy Moto. And yeah, we're going to Earthquake it up. Hopefully that will take out like everyone in the vicinity. There's a lot of people like standing around us too, if you saw before we got in the fight. So who knows how they're feeling. They're probably running away. And we'll be the only ones left. But yeah, Flint's team, the Elite Four member, is actually going down a lot quicker than Volkner's team. But yeah, that means Flint will now send out his Magmortar. And it's actually really cool if you can get like Magmortar and Electivire on the field at the same time, because they're like the... 2 version exclusives, or not version exclusives, the 2 Gen 1 mons that got evolutions in Generation 4. Also, I guess you could get Flareon and Jolteon out at the same time, which would also be cool. So it's almost like these, these two teams for Volkner and Flint like mirror each other, which is kind of sick. Anyways, speaking of that Jolteon, it knows Pin Missile, Charge Beam, Double Kick, and Quick Attack. And Magmortar knows Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Solar Beam, and Hyper Beam. So yeah, still have really good moves to counter some of your super effective mons. And he's actually not even going to go for Solar Beam, which is good. Looks like they're just targeting Snorlax, trying to get him to go down. But Snorlax is so tanky. Yeah, too bad I'm going to kill it here with my own Earthquake. Sorry, Barry, but at this point in the battle, I don't really need you. Just to let Hippowdon cook, my boy. Trust. Put your trust in Moto. So down goes Jolteon. That means Volkner only has his Electivire left. And Magmortar will probably take this, if I had to guess. Oh, barely. Barely by the hair on his chinny chin. Oh, and of course they still have Citrus Berries. Yeah, it wouldn't be a major battle if the, Aces didn't have Citrus Berries. Anyways, I killed the Snorlax by accident. Well, not by accident. I did it on purpose. But, Magmortar didn't have to go for Flamethrower, so there's that. Anyways, luckily he still has Empoleon, which is probably about to get targeted immediately, so that's good for me. Now, Electivire knows Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, Brick Break, and Giga Impact. And, again, they won't have their full teams. Each of them just have 3 Pokemon, so it's nothing too crazy. And, Barry, you are better off just not sending out the Empoleon, buddy. I hate to break it to you. Now, there's a couple of items you can get in here. They're actually pretty useful, so I'd recommend grabbing them. And then there's some berries, and that's really about it. Again, the main event here is the Battle Frontier, which, you can work your way up and eventually fight the Frontier Brains, and they have really strong teams and whatnot. But I've never really done it, so I don't have, all the info about it. But I know it's a pretty cool spot. Maybe I'll get around to doing it for, a video on the main channel one day. I don't know. But, yeah, we will see. Alright, so... Oh, wait! Barry has more than 3 mods? Okay. I thought he only used 3, but I guess, Volkner and Flint are at an unfair advantage because we get to use our full teams of 6, and they just have 6 in total. So, yeah, a little bit of an unfair battle, I suppose, but that's okay. After how difficult Flint was. I mean, not too difficult for us, but, he still gave us some issues sometimes. Volkner was pretty easy. But yeah, after how, difficult Flint was, then I think we deserve it. And I just killed the Rapidash. Oh, I can imagine this battle, actually playing out. Barry is just looking at me. My character's not even speaking, and he's like, "What are you doing?" Alright, so Flint and Volkner are kind of, speechless and stuff. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna, go off to the Battle Frontier or something like that. Anyways, after speaking with Barry here, you're going to get this guy. Oh, well, first this guy. There's 2 characters that come out of nowhere. Now, this guy's name is, well, Palmer. And he is Barry's father, believe it or not. You can kind of tell in the hair. And he is actually a Frontier Brain in the Battle Frontier. So if you work your way up for long enough, then you'll probably end up seeing this guy. And he's kind of going to, go on and on with Barry. I think they talk about, why he hasn't been home, which... It's just a little awkward for me to be standing over here on the side, and then he goes right back to the Frontier Brain. Barry thinks he's cool, though, because he's such a strong trainer. Anyways, the other guy that I was about to talk about is the guy standing to our right with kind of that yellow and red hair. Barry's not going to see him because he runs off too quickly, but this guy's name is Buck, and Buck thinks he's the stuff, He thinks he's a super strong trainer. He wasn't too impressed by the double battle he just saw, so he invites us to Stark Mountain, which is kind of on the northern middle section of Postgame Island, and we'll actually team up with him in order to take on some trainers, and his whole goal is to find Heatran, which is located in Stark Mountain, so that is pretty awesome. For now, though, we are just going to hang around in the fight area for a little bit longer. Let me see, did anyone level up during that fight? I cannot remember. Oh yeah, looks like Mario did. Sweet, so we will organize the team a bit here. Glaceon, surprisingly, is the highest level mon. Probably after just taking down that Garchomp of Cynthia's. But let's go ahead and start at the left side. So yeah, I'll pass the berries for now because I think the first item we can get is kind of back near the exit to this place. Yeah, this guy. And he's going to ask if a super rod is good. If you say yes, he will give you a super rod. Also, one thing worth noting here is that if you don't have the national dex, you can come to the fight area, but there will be guys like standing right here blocking you from going anywhere further. So there's really no point in coming here unless you have the national dex, unless you just want to do the double battle and dip for whatever reason. But yeah, over here are some Hondu and Pomeg berries. Am I ever going to end up using these? Probably not, but hey, they're here for me to grab, and for completion's sake, I will grab them. And that means there's only one more item to grab in this little, I guess, town you can call it. I don't really know if you can call it a town or city. I mean, it's just called the fight area. But yeah, there's, I don't know, there's a pretty cool layout to this place. I mean, if you got like random cargo over here, I don't think there's a hidden item here. Looks like there would be. But yeah, it looks like cargo. I mean, it's right on the shore. Pretty neat area. That's what I really like about the post game, is that I feel like, by the way, I did not mean to talk to you, but I feel like most of the areas are relatively unique. You know, you've got like Stark Mountain. Each of the little town areas are pretty unique, and some of the routes too. Like there's a desert route coming up. So it is pretty sick. Anyways, I think it is the old lady right here that will give you the scope lens, so that will boost your crit chance if you give it to a Pokemon. I know it's used more for like online competitive battling, but it's useful in a regular playthrough as well. Now, just over here, I think it's Route 228. Oh, 230. So yeah, this is actually another exit to the fight area, and I won't worry about those berries for now. But basically, the post game is kind of open for you to explore. I'll pull up the town map to explain it a bit more. But yeah, from the, oh my gosh, I skipped over it. From the fight area here, you can go either north into Route 225, which will take you to the survival area, or you can go east onto Route 230 and 229, which will lead you to the resort area. It doesn't really matter which way you go. You can see that Stark Mountain is all the way up here, and Stark Mountain is kind of where your goal is going to be. Now, how I've always done the post game is started from like left to right, so I do 225, survival area, 226, Stark Mountain, and then work my way all the way back down to the fight area, and I think I'm just going to continue to do that in this series. So that means next time we are heading north to Route 225 in order to reach the resort area. For now, though, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day, and until then, deuces!